When you think of Denver basketball, there's really only one name that matters. Nicola Joic, three-time MVP, Finals MVP. The guy who sleepwalks into 25, 12, and 10 every single night. Rebound Joic. Westbrook's got it, the Joker run. Give it to Joker, and he scores. Right now, he's the most dominant offensive force in the league, and that's not even up for debate. So naturally, when teams build their game plans against Denver, everything revolves around stopping the Joker. Double him in the post, blitz the pick and roll, make someone else beat you. For the past 2 seasons, that strategy actually worked. The Nuggets got bounced in the second round both years, right in the middle of Joyce's prime. Because when playoff defense is locked in, Denver didn't have enough firepower around him. But here's what nobody's talking about this year. That game plan is dead. Because the scariest things about the 25-26 Nuggets isn't Nicola Joic, it's everyone else. And if you're still scheming to stop the big man while ignoring what Denver built around him, you're about to get run off the court. The past 2 seasons since Denver's 2023 championship have been rough. 2 straight years of second-round exits right in the middle of Nicola Joic's prime. It's been frustrating because even when the Nuggets came up short, one thing was always clear. As long as they had the most unstoppable offensive force in basketball, they were still in the hunt. The problem? Everything else. For the last couple of seasons, Denver's biggest issue wasn't effort or coaching. It was depth. The lack of a true complementary star and a reliable supporting cast around Jokic had started to show. The team's margin for error shrank, and by the time the playoffs rolled around, that weakness became impossible to ignore. So this offseason, Denver's front office went all in. The MPJ for Cam Johnson trade, bringing back Bruce Brown, flipping Suric for Valanciunas, adding Tim Hardaway Jr. off the bench. Every move had one goal: give Jokic the supporting cast he deserves. Of course, this whole thing still starts and ends with Nicola Joic. He's the engine, the system, the cheat code, and if the last few seasons are any indication, he's going to do what he's always done, be the best player in basketball. But what Denver's done around him might be their most impressive accomplishment yet. Because while Joic has never had a teammate make an all-star team, the Nuggets have shown that you don't need one to build a contender around him. You just need the right team. And so far this season, that team has been the real hero. Aaron Gordon came out of the gate like a man possessed, dropping a career-high 50 points on 17 of 21 shooting, including an absurd 10 for 11 from 3 in their season opener. His game looks sharper than ever. His body looks fully healthy, and for the first time in years, he looks ready to put together a complete season from start to finish. Then there's Jamal Murray, who looks like Bubble Murray again, but with more maturity. He's off to his best start in years and looks primed for what could easily be the best season of his career. Murray will hold for the final shot. He'll try a step back, and he gets the bounce with 9/10 of a second left. Together, these 3 define the Nuggets' identity. And if preseason and their first few games are anything to go by, they look refreshed and re-energized. But it doesn't stop there. Denver's depth finally looks legitimate. Christian Braun, Julian Straw, and Peyton Watson are all trending upward, while the offseason additions, Cam Johnson, Jonas Valanciunas, Bruce Brown, and Tim Hardaway Jr., give the Nuggets something they haven't had in years: flexibility. This might be the most balanced, most versatile version of the Nuggets we've seen. They can go big, they can go small, they can shoot, they can defend. For the first time in a while, Denver isn't relying on Joic to manufacture every advantage. The roster itself creates them. And that's what makes this team so dangerous, because when you give the best player in the world options, real dynamic matchup breaking options, that's when things start to get scary. But as good as Denver's supporting cast has been, let's be real, everything still starts with Nicola Joic. He's the system, the pulse, the reason this entire thing works. And through the Nuggets' first 3 games of the season, he's already averaging 20 points, 15 rebounds, and nearly 12 assists per game. He opened the season against the Warriors with yet another stat performance: 21 points, 13 boards, and 10 assists. Then in Game 2 against the Suns, Joyce barely broke a sweat. 14 points, 14 rebounds, 15 assists, and 3 steals in just 32 minutes. Another triple-double. And as if that wasn't enough, he followed it up with 25 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 assists in a win over Minnesota. That's 3 straight triple-doubles to start the season. But what's crazy is how effortless it all looks. Through the first few games, he hasn't even hit that locked-in mode we've seen. Yet, he's still putting up numbers that 99% of players could only dream of. That's the level of greatness we're talking about. And even though he hasn't been the leading scorer in a single game, Gordon dropped 50 against the Warriors. Murray had 23 versus the Suns, and then an insane 43 against the Timberwolves. Joic has still been the engine driving everything. He's orchestrating the offense, setting the tempo, and elevating everyone around him. In just 3 games, he's already stacked up 35 assists. And it's more than just the passing, it's the gravity. The way his presence alone bends defenses behind the back. Oh, what a beautiful find. Joic to Johnson. Even when he doesn't have the ball, he's commanding double teams, pulling defenders out of position, and opening up clean looks for everyone else. But honestly, none of this should come as a surprise. That's the beauty of Nicola. He can beat you any way he wants. If teams sag off him, he'll just start raining threes like it's a shoot-around. Try double him, and he'll slice your defense apart with passes you didn't even see coming. Play him one-on-one. Good luck. He'll take you down to the post and bully you for easy buckets until you beg for help. Joic has an answer for everything. That's what makes him so impossible to game plan against. He doesn't dominate with freakish athleticism like Shaq or with otherworldly footwork like hockey. He dominates because he's elite at almost every single thing you can do on a basketball court, especially offense. So yeah, maybe this year his scoring numbers dip a little. Maybe he doesn't lead the league in points or take 25 shots a night, but that's by design because this version of the Nuggets doesn't need him to. With the new weapons around him, his playmaking is even more dangerous than ever. And honestly, don't be surprised if his assist numbers hit a career high. Most of all, Joic finally has what he's been missing. Shooters, cutters, and scorers everywhere. And when you surround the best passer in basketball with that kind of spacing and talent, yeah, the rest of the league might be in serious trouble. Starting with Aaron Gordon, there aren't many players in the NBA who started the season hotter than him. He opened the year with one of the most efficient 50-point games in league history, drilling an unreal 10 of 11 from 3. Then in their blowout win over the Suns, he brought the house down with a 360 alley-oop dunk. And just for good measure, he tossed in a behind-the-back no-look lob assist that looked like something straight out of Jokic's playbook. But it's not just about the highlights, it's proof of how much he's grown. For years, he's been labeled as the dunker spot finisher, the glue guy, the defensive anchor. But now he's showing a much broader game. He's confident shooting for deep, comfortable putting the ball on the floor, and still as explosive as ever around the rim. Next up, Jamal Murray. Now, with Murray, you never fully know what you're going to get on a nightly basis. But when he's on, he's as dangerous as anyone. And after hearing all the talk about his slow starts to the previous seasons, Murray came out like a man on a mission. Against the Warriors, he dropped 25 points, 10 assists, and 3 steals in 40 minutes. Then versus the Suns, he led the team with 23 points on efficient shooting, stepping up big on a night when Jokic barely looked for his own shot. And against Minnesota, that was vintage Murray, 43 points, 6 boards, and 3 assists in a masterclass performance. If this is the version of Jamal Murray we're getting all season, then yeah, this could finally be that all-star year fans have been waiting for. Next up is Christian Braun, one of the Nuggets' most underrated but essential players. There's no question that Braun is a key part of Denver's system on both ends of the floor. Offensively, his cutting and timely three-point shooting fit perfectly alongside Jokic's playmaking. Defensively, his energy and versatility on the wing make him one of the team's most reliable stoppers. Last season, he quietly averaged 15.4 points per game while becoming one of Denver's most efficient transition players. And the Nuggets clearly noticed, locking him up with a 5-year, $125 million rookie extension. And in the early games this season, Braun has already shown flashes of that same impact. And his growth will be huge for the Nuggets this season because for Denver to reach another level, it's not just about Jokic, Murray, or Gordon. It's about players like Braun continuing to take that next step. Now moving on to the new guy, Cam Johnson. Johnson was Denver's biggest offseason move, brought in to replace Michael Porter Jr. and give the team a fresh look at the forward position. The idea was simple: add more versatility, more defense, and more off-ball IQ. And Johnson checks all those boxes. He's a smoother fit next to Joic, a player who moves well without the ball, can defend multiple positions, and has shown flashes of being an improved playmaker. Through his first couple of games in Denver, he's still finding his rhythm, but that's to be expected because once he fully adjusts to the Jokic ecosystem, things will open up. Playing with Jokic is like orbiting a basketball sun. The closer you get, the easier everything becomes. Johnson's spacing and ability to read the floor should make him a perfect fit, and it wouldn't be a surprise if he ends up setting new career highs across the board this season. With all that being said, no franchise in the NBA runs its offense through a big man quite like the Nuggets do with Nikola Joic. But for years, there's been one familiar problem. The moment Jokic checks out, everything changes. Last season, the Nuggets were a +10 per 100 possessions when Jokic was on the floor and a -9 when he wasn't. That's a 19-point swing. Not exactly sustainable for a title contender. This offseason, though, Denver finally addressed it. Enter Giannis Valanciunas, the best backup center has ever had. So far, Valanciunas has been quite a revelation. Against the Suns, he put up 12 points and 7 rebounds in just 13 minutes, cleaning the glass, setting brutal screens, and even flashing some surprising passing instincts. No one's calling him Joic. No one can be, but he's giving Denver something they've never had before. A second-unit big man who can hold the fort. Watching him run pick and rolls with Murray has been a breath of fresh air. It's not flashy, but it's solid, and that's exactly what the Nuggets have been missing. Then you've got other new faces in Bruce Brown and Tim Hardaway Jr. For Brown, it's more of a homecoming. He's back in Denver after helping them win the 2023 championship, and the fit is seamless. He's still that Swiss Army knife guard who can do everything, defend multiple positions, run the offense in spurts, and play off the ball when needed. Expect him to take on the same hybrid role he thrived in 2 years ago, giving the Nuggets some much-needed flexibility behind Murray. And then there's Tim Hardaway Jr., Denver's new microwave scorer off the bench. Every contender needs one. That guy who can come in, take tough shots, and keep the pressure on defenses. Hardaway put up 20 points on 4 of 6 from deep against Minnesota, showing he's a pure bucket getter. The Nuggets won't need him to do anything complicated, hit open threes, take the tough shots when nobody else will, and keep the scoreboard moving. And finally, don't overlook Ton Watson. Last season, he gave Denver real minutes as a high-energy defender and athlete, exactly what their bench needed. He's still developing offensively, but his defense and hustle make him a lock for the rotation. He gives Denver an injection of youth, energy, and length that complements the vets perfectly. Put it all together and you start to see the big picture. This is easily the deepest, most balanced Nuggets team of the Jokic era. Every year, teams spend months trying to scheme him out of games, double teams, traps, zone looks, whatever they can throw. But this time, Denver has answers everywhere. Joic can still use all of his brilliance, but now he's got the running mates to keep it going for 48 minutes a night. And if that's the case, the rest of the league might have just run out of ways to stop them. That being said, it's a refreshing change to see the Nuggets finally built to ease the load on Jokic. For years, everything ran through him. Every bucket, every possession, every bit of creativity on the floor. Denver's success lived and died by his usage, but now that might finally shift. With the depth and balance they've built, the Nuggets can afford to roll out non-Jokic lineups without watching their leads disappear. And that's a big deal. It means we could see a healthier, more energized Jokic by the time the playoffs come around. It also quietly boosts his case for a 4th MVP, because when Joic isn't forced to do everything, he becomes even more efficient. The assists pile up faster, the team looks sharper, and the wins keep coming. Last season, there were nights when Joic almost had a triple-double before the first quarter ended. Now, with even more weapons around him, we might see that same dominance, but with less strain. This season isn't about Joic dropping 40 while carrying the team on his back. It's about Denver putting up 130 and Joic barely breaking a sweat. And if that happens, it might just be the secret to both fixing the Nuggets' playoff struggles and cementing Joic's place in MVP history with his 4th. All in all, the Nuggets have done an excellent job building a roster that fits perfectly around Jokic while adding the kind of depth and versatility they've lacked in recent years. This season feels different. With a reloaded bench and a more balanced roster, that alone could be the biggest win of the offseason. Denver doesn't need to dominate the regular season or chase 60 wins. They just need to stay healthy, find their rhythm, and peak at the right time. Because with Nicola Joic still in his prime and surrounded by a team finally built to support him on both ends of the floor, Denver remains a threat to anyone. Come April, as long as Joic is healthy, the Nuggets will be right in the mix. And with this version of the roster, they might be more dangerous than ever. Do the Nuggets have the best supporting cast in the league right now? Let us know what you think down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, hit subscribe, and maybe check out one of these ones on your screen now.